Tempest-Tost by Robertson Davies. The book is preceded by a disclaimer. All characters in this story are imaginary, and no reference is intended to any living person. Readers who think that they can identify the creations of the author's fancy among their own acquaintance are paying the author an extravagant compliment, which he acknowledges with gratitude. This is followed by a quotation. "I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Weary se'nights 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed." Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 3. Tempest-Tost by Robertson Davies. Chapter 1.
"It's going to be a great nuisance for both of us," said Freddie. "Couldn't you make a fuss about it, Tom?"
"If your father said they could use the place, it's no good for me to make a fuss," said Tom.
"Yes, but Daddy just said that they could use the place in a large general way. He didn't specially say that they could use this shed. Anyway, he only said it because Griselda is probably going to have a big part. Seems to me that I remember him saying that he didn't want them in the house."
"Now, Miss Freddie, you'd better be sure about that. You've got a way of remembering your dad said just whatever you wanted him to say." When Tom called her Miss Freddie, she knew that he had temporarily ceased to be a friend, and had become that incalculable, treacherous thing, an adult. At 14 she had no defense against such sudden shifts. People treated her as a child or an equal, whichever suited them at the moment. But she had thought that she could rely on Tom. Still, had Daddy really said that he didn't want the little theatre people tramping through his house? She could hear the words spoken in his voice quite clearly, but had he really said them? Solly had once told her that she interpreted Daddy as priests interpret their gods, for her own ends. This was a moment for discretion. She would achieve little without Tom's help.
"I didn't mean that you should refuse to let them in here or anything silly like that. I just meant that you could make it rather difficult. You don't want them snooping around in here, poking into all your drawers, and using your tools and getting everything all mixed up. That's just what Larry Pye will do. There won't be a thing left in its place by the time he gets through. You know that, Tom."
Tom's expression showed that he knew it very well. He didn't want strangers in his workshop messing about, dulling all his carefully sharpened edges.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?